Well, because basically I was really surprised about your enthusiasm, and I was really conquered about this, because I think that the things that you are doing in Goa are incredible, because you know a lot of artists are more oriented on himself or herself. So basically they invest also their energy and the time and their money for their own purpose or their own research, so for travel, for met people, and and I was really impressed by your work actually in Goa, because I think it's really important to help young artists and to be really involved like this in society, because
I'm flattered, but it's I think very important to have a lot of good art around you. I must share with you a story. There was a farmer and he had very good seeds, and he used to offer those seeds to his neighbors. And so he was asked, you have such wonderful seeds, why do you just give it to your neighbors? You can keep them for yourself. So he said, when I give the seeds to the neighbors, the fields in my neighborhood are also of good quality, and there's a lot of cross-pollination, and that keeps my field always good.
Yeah.
If there is no cross-pollination amongst, then it will not be good. If there's a bad crop on the side, then some pollen grains from there will come here and spoil my crop. That's why he gives. So, but anyway, it's so wonderful to have to be working with artists, and that's why we are starting this project with Mog. Mog is love in Konkani language, and Mog is Museum of Goa.
Yeah,
that's what we are starting.
That's great.
And I invited you. You offered yourself as a curator for the first project which Mog is doing, and that too you offered yourself free of charge, without charging a fee. So I am really thankful to you. So now you could tell us about sort of your curatorial concept for Mog, the Zanella, the first show.
Yeah, well, my first curatorial concern, of course, was how to continue a program or a work that was already started, no? Because you started to work on this exhibition before met me. So basically I wanted to continue your work, but of course as a curator I also understand that there were some issues really important that this exhibition, you know, had to point out. So, for example, my first issue was also to how to put or to, you know, to connect the Goa art scene with the international art scene, and I think that this is an important point, you know, because there are some very good artists in Goa.
Can you just tell us about artists whom you liked in Goa? Because you visited many studios.
Yeah, I
you
visited many studios, and of course I liked very much the work of Kedar, for example, Kedar Dondu. And it was Pradeep Naik also, a lot of Viraj. And Midun Mohan, and it was nice to work also with the artists and really cooperate with them, because sometimes it's important to have, not sometimes, I think always it's important to have the opportunity to speak about, to reflect upon the work and about the research, and to have some advice, and to, for example, I think that I don't want to anticipate anything about the show, but I think that, for example, the work with of Midun, it's now it's really good, and in the first moment maybe it was not so, you know, I think that I think that exactly, he just he needs some also an advice of a person that is really, you know, like a curator. This is the role of a curator, I think, of an art critic. And finally, I think that his work is really great now, and so this was really the best part of the work, to speak with the artist and to find solution, and that's what you do.
Yeah, I must tell our viewers a little bit about Zanella, because we discussed about it, but the basic concept of this show is the exhibition is called Zanella. Zanella in Konkani means window, and in Malayalam, in Kerala, it also means window. It's a Portuguese word. and we have hundreds of Portuguese words which are in both languages. We have a lot of shared histories, Kerala and Goa, and this exhibition is obviously basically a celebration of connectedness of cultures, connectedness of histories, and that's how you chose many artists from other parts of the world.
Yeah.
You have quite a few Roman artists.
Italian, yeah.
Italian artists.
Yeah.
Because,
Four.
Because we are basically exploring the connectedness of
Chinese.
culture. And we had a long connectivity with Italy because recently there were some excavations in Goa Vella, and there they found Roman coins from the 2nd century. And there are even coins from the period of Julius Caesar. And perhaps even like today we have Russian beach. Once upon a time we had a Roman beach, because a lot of you have found amphora pots and a lot of things. So we had all these connections, and Kerala of course has this connection. So can you pinpoint about some kind of one of the artists which sort of celebrates this connectedness?
Yeah, well, basically when I have visited India before, but when I arrived the first time in Goa, I was really surprised about all the beautiful churches that are all over. And because I think that actually the Christian art also is really important in the art of Goa. And I was surprised about this because I'm European, I'm Italian, I came from Rome that is full of churches.
Goa is called Rome of the East.
Yes, exactly. So, but this really surprised me. So I started to reflect about this, how sometimes forms, but with the word forms I intend also archetype, or just you know, the aspect, or the external form really can really change in the process of migration in some way. When when you transport some a form that can be, I don't know, a sculpture, or I don't know,
a good example is architecture. Most of the architecture in Goa of the churches is Roman.
Exactly.
It is Renaissance, it's Baroque, so it came from Rome,
it
came from Italy.
Yes, exactly. But
and it got transformed.
Also, if they are made following the model of the European churches, finally they are completely different, because of course the people that worked on it were Indian, and are not really.
They were not understanding the Renaissance style, or all the Italian
simply
styles.
They were used to use some forms in a different way, and this was a starting point for me, because I started to reflect how these issues could be you know, contemporary in some way.
Oh, that's very interesting, because architecture in Goa actually made you think. And Indo-Portuguese house, for example, is definitely one of the basic features of Goa's culture, because even when you drive from Bombay to Kerala, the landscape is the same. We have the ocean, we have the palm trees, the rice fields, the hills and the rivers. But even before you start speaking to anybody, when you enter Goa, the houses start talking to you. So the houses give a very special feature, and I think that's very interesting that you are using this as a kind of an analogy for cultural and migrations and transformations of forms.
And also gods, because actually I also noticed that a lot of artists also in contemporary age are working with the sacred image, and that was really important in the past, in the history of art of Europe, but also from of India, and what's the place of sacred images today. And I think that this topic can also bring to other important issues that are related with the socio-political issues, or identity. So I think that finally this was really a nice opportunity to explore all these kind of questions.
Okay, you visited almost many studios of Goan artists, and you got really impressed by the works of Goan artists. I'm really glad that this happened, and many artists later told me that we never had such kind of a response. Because one difference which I find with you as a curator and the curators I have met is many curators sort of have a stiff upper lip, so they don't reveal what they think. They want to keep it to themselves.
I reveal too much.
You sort of immediately said wow, and you liked it. So you are a curator who are a happy curator, and sort of not really keeping anything under your sleeves.
No.
And you
maybe
even,
I should sometimes.
But you even offered them an exhibition in Rome. So tell us about this. I mean, you would like to do
I would
something?
really like to work with Goan artists in Rome, actually, because I think that they really need to be known and also to have more experience also in an international level. And so I think that one of the most beautiful things in life is also in this moment of the global history. To have this kind of exchange.
So I think I'm sure that you will one day curate an exhibition of Goan artists from the Rome of the East to the Rome of the West. And then we have an honorary consul of Italy. One of our good friends, Mr. Srinivas Dempo, perhaps we should talk to him. And this exhibition perhaps could be very, very not just a distant dream, but will materialize.
I would be really, really happy about this.
And thank you very much for being here.
Thank you too.
And definitely enjoyed talking to you, and the viewers will be really happy.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, Valentina.